Nas did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That wasn't, that was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. He wasn't dissing him. And the reason why he changed it, because he knew that at the end of the day, damn, Chef, I gave you these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up. Nas is all the way on the other side somewhere, not even paying attention to it that deep. He's not getting caught up in that. When I'm getting ready to drop my album, Nas hits me and say, yo, Chef, I'm going to do another verse, my nigga, because I don't know, for some reason, I think that this rhyme right here is going to make niggas feel like I'm dissing Jim, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This rhyme I made way before all this shit even came up. And this is real shit, y'all. I don't got to fucking lie to y'all niggas, man. I promise y'all niggas, he wasn't dissing Jim. This ain't no diss record. And if it was a diss record, why would he put it on my record? Because guess what? I fuck with Jim. He know I fuck with Jim. Jim is a Cuban Links king to me. He's a Cuban Links disciple. That's my nigga. Jim would jump out of fucking Rover on me, see me somewhere in the city and come and say, yo, Chef, what's good? You all right? So I ain't getting in nobody beef. If it was a beef, it's no beef.
Tony, I got questions. What's popping, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I've been waiting for this one, man.
No doubt. I got questions. I don't know. I know Ray said Nas did not write that for Jim, but it sounds like he wrote that for Jim. He sounds like he wrote it. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Even one of the bars was, if the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits.
And the shoe fits.
The shoe fits. I mean, the verse fits. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, okay, so when you look at the song, when you listen to the song on the original, on the actual album, you listen to Ray's verse, then you listen to Nas's verse. If this was the first verse, if the verse that Nas did took off was the first verse, I don't even think it really fit the song. To be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Here's what I say about that. Yeah. Or the album version.
Okay.
We was talking about that verse. You know what I mean?
Already.
Right. You know what I mean? Just call you're Nas verse. Like, he killed that. So I agree that the album version fits the song way better.
Fits the song. Right. Omerta, the song, the name of the track is the Omerta. Right. Basically, it's a silence code amongst gangsters. Right. You don't rat, you don't tell. Boom, 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 boom. I don't understand how the verse that got removed actually fits that concept. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Secondly,
the big question.
If it was taken off, if Nas reached out to Ray and said, "Yo, we got to take this off because boom, 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 everyone's gonna think that I'm dissing Jim and I'm not dissing Jim, and I did the verse however long ago, blah 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 blah." How the hell did it get out? Who leaked it? That shit don't make sense to me. Who leaked it? How'd it get out? You know what I mean? I mean, whoever leaked it, obviously was like, they knew what they was doing, right? Whoever leaked it knew what they was doing. I don't know, yo. I feel like it really was. I feel like it was a verse for Jim. You know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, there was like, you know what? We're not trying to do nothing. Let's.
Because we even spoke about that. We spoke about that. Like, I could see Nas not wanting to overshadow. You know what I mean? Even though I felt like he already overshadowed him on the album version, not to make it a a talk not about Ray's album as opposed to Nas dissing Jim, and then the things that he said, him not wanting to be in the middle of it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. You know what I mean? If it was a beef, I don't want to be in the middle of it. I don't want you to diss him on my album. I don't want you know what I mean. Like I'm cool with him. I'm neutral.
Right.
So those things make sense. Ray saying, you know what I mean? If it was, I wouldn't want it to be on my album. I would, you know what I mean? Like that makes sense.
So why didn't Nas come out and say, nah, that's not a diss. I did that track however long ago. That's not a diss. Why didn't Nas come out and say that? Why'd Ray have to come out and say it? I mean, I know it's Ray's album. And maybe he was on live and someone asked him about it.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? You know, but why didn't Nas come out? Why didn't Ray say, yo, Nas, you think you can? Nas don't really do lives and shit like that, but you think you could do a post or something saying that, that wasn't a diss, the track was made, I think I don't know. I think it was. I think Jim and maybe Ray didn't even know if it was for Jim or not. It was just a verse, and maybe Nas really did mean for it to be Jim, but he didn't say Jim's name.
Yep.
Jim called Ray and was like, "Yo, what's the deal? What's good?" You know what I'm saying? And Ray was like, "Nah, it's not." Boom, and then it went out that way. Maybe it went like that.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. For those who haven't heard, if you haven't, I don't know anyone in here and why you wouldn't have heard it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play it. The song's been taken down though. The original diss song has been taken down off of YouTube. So I got a version of it with a different beat. Right? The beat is made by Witty Beats. Get it? Witty Beats. You know what I mean? So let's take a listen to that. It's got a different beat behind it. You know what I mean? But it's because the song's been taken down off the internet. Boom, boom, boom. But here it is. Talk some more about it.
We the examples. We who we said we was. Never faked it. Ones who were jury they couldn't play with. The ones who stayed rich. Details of my revolutionary ways. Probably get studies of CIA. Who has true power? Brothers lift the cash, gas them up. Little piece of ass driving crazy. That's nasty stuff. Notice how it's growing. All these suckers are gutless. Get a little money and turn into Uncle Ruckus. This ain't a stupid cartoon, no. I'm the truth, but now you feel like you Anthony Supply, troll you not though. Money bought you some gunzo. I tell it straighter than a hot cone. You a knockoff, you not from the cross. Scary nigga, my natural instinct is tell it real and let it sink in. I had to think quick and not let the weak win. That smoke for me, beef with yourself. I be cheaping too hard to notice every week. It was somebody else. Soon as my name's mentioned, lanes are offended. If words hurt you, it wasn't intended. But when it comes to my words, if I said it, I meant it. If the shoe fits, this one is for you, bitch. You got me confused with your fabricated form of delusion. You're dusty, need to be bitch smacked. Face on the stump, feet on concrete. They want me tricked back. 30 on bottles alone, a mill in the wrist facts. Excellency, users envious, they pretend to be us. Feminine traits fake, low-key, they women disgusted. Lame for life, illicit them. Rich bums, broken soft, speak on me like I'm a bitch or something. It's mind-boggling who they are. Behind the scenes, it gets spooky in Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, and all the Queens. It's Staten Island, real type shit. Dying species of real men. I feel that shit, yo.
All right.
Bro, you can't tell me.
Come on. I mean, the first half of the verse is pretty much what was on the album, and then the second half of the verse, is what went in.
Here's the thing.
To me, yeah, that was it.
Here's the thing. I'll like you said, it's not a diss track. He ain't say his name. You know what I mean? There was nothing direct.
Nothing direct, right?
But number one, if the shoe fits, so any part that might fit, yeah, it's directed towards you. You know what I mean? Like I think that was the disclaimer, but it was jabs. You know what I mean? It was just jabs. It was,
Jabs.
you know what I mean? It wasn't. He wasn't ethering them. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
nah. That was just a jab to let you know it's not what you want to do.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
It's not what you
And,
want to do.
and it's fitted. You know what I mean? Like we haven't even been on here to kind of even discuss, you know, what Jim been doing for the past couple of months and how he
Jones
been
was
wilding
wild.
out.
He was wilding. He was bugging. I mean, does he really think he has more of an impact than Nas? And I'm not even trying to discredit Jim Jones as what he and what he's done in the game. And I think he's improved as a rapper, right?
Bro,
You know,
it,
he's greatly improved. There's no doubt about that. But
I would give him
come on,
most improved. Like there was a long time where I used to give Fat Joe the title of the most improved rapper from, you know what I mean, from the beginning of his career to where he was. I think Jim Jones has surpassed that. You know what I mean? Surpassed. Not, I wouldn't even say surpassed it because I don't know if he's been as successful. Where you know, when you talk about the tracks and the hits, the things that he was talking about with Nas, I don't even think he got more hits than Fat Joe. But
he didn't have
for
more hits than anyone that was on that stage when he first said it. Not Joe, not Jada. Not a better
yeah,
rapper than either one of them.
yeah, I agree. But the thing that really bothered me, you know what I mean? Like, he's entitled to his opinion. He started bringing up the whole Koofy thing and the
Yeah.
tough guy talk on a couple of podcasts as well. So, you know what I mean? Again, this seems very fitting. The shoe definitely fits. That's what I'm gonna say. And even if everything Raekwon said was true, that means Nas knew that the shoe fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's all promotion for Ray's album though. You know what I mean? It's all promotion for Ray's album that just dropped. Well, last Friday,
Hmm.
right?
And I
Um,
like it.
just another legend dropping an album. You know what I mean? The Emperor's New Clothes is the name of the album. You know what I mean? It's Nas is on the album, obviously. Um, Griselda's on the album. Ghostface is on the album. It's a tough album. You know what I mean? How much have you listened to it? I mean, I've listened to it a few times. I haven't in that day. Okay. You know what I mean? But it's a dope album. Oh my, I'm gonna say about 3 listens.
Yeah, I probably listened about 3 4 times as well. I really like it. It's a little bit of nostalgia. You know what I mean? I like the skits. You know what I mean? A lot of times,
Yeah,
well, most people don't do skits, and a lot of people that do skits, it,
mm.
it it doesn't
Sorry
it
for the
doesn't
freeze up.
it doesn't fit the song or it doesn't fit the album. It's just kind of off putting or not. You know what I mean? It doesn't sit well. I thought the skits in this album was very well placed. And it gave me that old Wu-Tang vibe. So but
Yeah,
and yeah, it was a great album. Great album.
yeah, definitely a dope album. Coming on the back of the Clips, dropping a great album. I mean, I can't say enough about that Clips album. I know we're talking about Raekwon and whatnot right now, but the Clips album is definitely that joint is definitely fire. And Nas got a verse on both of them. You know what I'm saying? And kills both of those verses. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into we're gonna get into talking about Nas and some of the things that he's doing with mass appeal and all of that stuff. But right now, my favorite tracks on Ray's album, Bear Hill. That's the first track on the album. Feeling that, really feeling that joint. Um, the joint with Griselda. And I'm not and oops, I ain't mean to start playing it. Um, I'm not a big West Side Gun fan. You know that we talked about that before. Just his style of rap. You know what I mean? But he sounded good. He sounded good on the track. It kept it kind of short. His verse, kept it kind of short.
I
Um,
I love West Side Gun, and he actually can rap. He like you know what I
mhm.
mean. Like he just be on whatever he be on, which I just like his create. Like he remind me of the new age Ghostface. You know what I mean? Like so again back to the whole nostalgia thing. But yeah, continue. My bad.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, of course, the Omerta with Nas. You know what I'm saying? Is one of my favorite tracks on the album. I really gotta dive into it a little bit more. You know what I mean? Before I can give a full breakdown of the album. But I love the fact that he dropped a new album. It's getting some pub. You know what I mean? Based off of first of all, just based off the strength of the album, and then obviously this whole controversy with Jim Jones and Nas spilled over into the album with the alleged diss track. So I like that he's getting some promotion from everything. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a dope album. If you haven't listened to the album, you know what I mean, you should go out and check out go get on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, wherever you go to, Amazon Music. You know what I mean? Check out the album. Raekwon. I would love for Raekwon and Nas to do an album together, though. I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for something like that for a while. Every time they get on the track together, it's crazy. So I would love
I,
to see Raekwon and Nas do a joint together.
I mean, honestly, I think I think that the possibilities of that happening now is more than ever. You know what I mean? Where Nas is in his career, as far as just the creativity and you know it's basically limitless. Like he's not doing this for money. There's no type of pressure. He can literally do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? At this point, especially we're gonna talk about with the label.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and he's already you know what I mean, doing a project there. So I think it's more likely to happen now more than ever than more than before. You know what I mean? We might get him and AZ do something. I,
We
I,
might. You know what
I
I'm
would love
saying? I
that
mean,
too.
after his album with Premier drops, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. After the album with Premier drops, who knows what he's gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? And I can definitely see him, working with all of these artists to, just to do some epic stuff. At least for our generation.
Even what would be dope. He could they could just do an EP and put all their collective songs together and just release it like that. You know what I mean? And that could be a build up for to do something again.
I
But
mean,
I would enjoy that.
yeah. I mean, Mass Appeal, Tony calls them the legacy label, because of the one, you know, um, they got these albums that, are dropping this year, I guess. Raekwon was the second installment. I think the first one was Slick Rick. Raekwon, Ghostface is coming out next month. De La Soul is dropping an album on the label. There's gonna be a Big L album on the label. Mob Deep album coming out off the label, and then
The big one.
Nas and DJ Premier. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be so far. He's had a verse on Slick Rick's album. He obviously had a verse on Raekwon's album. I can guarantee he's gonna have one on Ghost's album. He's gonna have a couple verses on Mob Deep's album. I would expect him to have one on every single album that drops leading to his. And Mob Deep's album will probably come out just before Nas's album.
The ones that I'm anticipating the most
Mhm.
is probably Big L and Mob Deep.
Mm.
Um, Mobb Deep, because like you saying, I think he may fill in, you know what I mean, for P at some time. You know what I mean? So he may we may get 3 verses
Yeah,
on the Mobb Deep album.
yeah,
But the Big L one, I just want to see if he addresses, you know, there's always been talks about their rivalry.
right.
You know what I mean? Big L and Nas. So I just want to see if he even addresses it, because I think it's dope that he got, you know what I mean? However, he's doing that album with the family or whoever, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's dope.
Yeah. Nah, now, yeah, that's definitely dope. And who knew that there was enough Big L verses out there that we never heard to make an album?
Because I want to say, I think there was a second album, like, he already had a post, um, like an album after he
I think
died.
so.
I
Yeah,
thought.
I think so. I
So,
think
so to you know what I mean? The fact that there might be even more verses out there.
you know what I'm saying. Now, I don't want it to be like, one Big L verse and then 2 verses from 2 other artists and then a Big L verse on, like each song got 1 Big L verse and then a bunch of verses from another artist. Hopefully it's enough, you know what I mean, to where it's actually a Big L album. And I'm wondering who's gonna do the production. You know what I mean? That's where's the production coming from? Lloyd's brother said, surprised there's enough viable material for Big L. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm definitely surprised there's enough material for Big L.
I am too, especially given, you know, how long it's been since his passing, and but I do know there was talks at a time where, they said he was making music like at a Tupac rate. You know what I mean? Like, and it's unfathomable how much music Tupac had put out after he passed. So even if he had a small run like that,
Yeah,
it might be out there. It might be there.
yeah.
We'll see though. I don't
We'll see.
think
But it surprises me that it hasn't out there yet. That no album has been made yet.
yeah. I mean, it really
Rights
depends on
to
where
the
it
verse
came from.
label, the right, you know what I'm saying, situation. And what Mass Appeal is doing, it might just be the right situation. Mhm.
Giving the proceeds back or whatever the case.
Say,
I'm
say that
sure.
again. Say that
I,
again.
I'm sure whatever deals like they're negotiating, I'm sure they're fair. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
or if, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about De La Soul. This might be like their best deal they've ever had, considering what they've gone through.
Yeah.
Oh, the Big L situation, that might be a win for the family. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, where they're getting a nice chunk. So
Yeah. You know what I mean? Lloyd said Diamond D should do the production for Big L. Makes sense. You know what I mean? And the good thing about, with Mass Appeal and the way that they do things is, you know what I mean? I feel like because of the type of label, it's not even a label. It's like they're a content creation entity or whatever you want to call it. If you look on their website, there's not a roster of artists. They partner with an artist for an album. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure those splits are more like 50-50 or something like that. Maybe even 60-40 to the artist or
that,
70-30 to the artist.
that's what I'm
You know what I
thinking.
mean? You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure artists are like, okay, I like those splits. You know what I mean? I like those splits. Let's make that happen.
And this is why I'm calling it the legacy label, because what this run that he's doing right now, or that's in that works right now, it's gonna open the door for, you know, potentially. I'm talking about that new super group, that new old super group. You know what I mean? Like where they doing their thing at?
Right.
But it's gonna open the door for the artists from our generation to
Mm-hmm.
come back and just get some good splits. You know what I mean? And have creative control and you know what I mean. So I think it's gonna be dope. I love what he's doing, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I love what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely dope. Just talking about that potential supergroup, Rakim just dropped an album. You know what I mean? I haven't even had a chance to see anything about it, but you know, Rod just dropped the album. You know what I mean? It's not on Mass Appeal. That would have been dope if it would have been on Mass Appeal. You know what I mean? But he just it was either an album or just a track. I don't know, not to be defined. So maybe it's just a track. I thought it was an album for some reason. Maybe it's just a track. I seen it on Instagram. I swear I thought it said new album, but maybe it's just a track called "Not to Be Defined," the single.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you know, I haven't had a chance to hear it yet. I'm gonna listen to it as soon as we jump off of here. You know what I mean? And dig around a little bit more and see if maybe he is dropping an album or has dropped the album. I know he's got some other things going on too. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of good things going on from the legacy acts. That's what you want to call them. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of good things going on. But looking at that lineup of artists, though, man, I'm really anticipating Mobb Deep album. I just think that's gonna be crazy. Obviously, I'm anticipating the Nas and DJ Premier album, and you know, there's a lot of pressure on that album. And I'm anticipating Ghostface Supreme Clientele too.
Yes, that's
You know
what
what I mean? I'm anticipating that. So, you know, a lot of good stuff to look forward to coming up. But let's talk about that Nas and DJ Premier. How much pressure is on it? How much pressure is on that album?
I mean,
On that album.
this got to be. I mean, I don't know if the anticipation has fizzled out, but at one point, you know what I mean, that was one of the most anticipated albums that never came to fruition, right? It's like up there with the Detox.
Right.
But I think at this point the pressure's on Primo, you know what I mean? Because Nas been on a run. He already proved what he could do with Hit Boy.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking for right now is honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I won't be mad at the traditional Primo sound. I wouldn't want it for a whole album. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see if Primo got something new in his bag. You know what I mean? Something updated, something fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll take 2-3 of the traditional joints.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm interested to see how they craft the album. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it a concept album? Which again, that would be fire. You know what I mean? Which direction they going? I think we lost you, son.
Say that again, Tony.
No, I was saying if there was if there was pressure, it's on Primo. You know what I mean? Like
You know, I'm gonna need
Nas been on a run.
Hey Tony, I'm gonna need you to say all that again because I didn't hear none of it because internet. I'm in
No,
that hotel, ladies and gentlemen, so the internet is a little bit choppy. You know what I'm saying? Say that again for me, man. I'm gonna have to edit it up after the show, but you know.
No, I was saying if there's pressure on anybody, it's on Primo for me. Like, can he show an updated style or some type of I don't know. I don't want a whole album of the traditional Primo sound. Now, what I will say is I do like the Prime albums with him and Royce, and he's done 2 of them, and he mixed it up in there. So I guess he could do it. He could do it.
I think that's one of the scary things about it. Is it gonna sound dated though? I think that's probably the scariest thing about the album. What people are worried about with the album is it gonna sound dated? Um, but I do think Premier, but maybe they're gonna do it on purpose. Maybe they want it to sound dated. Maybe they want to say this is the type of album that we want to drop because they're not looking for sales.
I'll say
Right.
this. That might be my favorite Nas anyway. You know what I mean? But I'm biased. So like I might love the album, but also I don't want it to be critiqued. So I might like so when I was saying what I'm saying, I'm trying to anticipate the critique, you know what I mean, of it. But that might be my favorite Nas, the you know what I mean, like Nasty Nas. Like if it's that might be my favorite. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, well, first of all, I don't want the first single. I don't want that to be on the album. It came out so long ago. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be on the album. I want all new tracks on the album. You know what I'm saying? Um, all new tracks on the album. I want DJ Premier to bring, like you said, just that grittiness, that New York, that New York state of mind type of out of Nas, right? Um, I mean, if you look at the style that DJ Premier has provided for Nas over the years when they've done stuff, New York State of Mind.
Did he do Thief's thing?
I don't think so. I don't think he did Thief's name. Um, Second Childhood, right? Obviously, Nas is like, you know, the joint that was on the Magic album that DJ Premier was helped produce was similar to a Nas is like type of thing. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think Premier can give a landscape. You know what I mean. I do feel that since Nas worked with Hit Boy, it kind of, you know, all of a sudden it was like, well, Hit Boy has the sound for Nas today. He has the soundscape for Nas today. Premier had the soundscape for Nas back then. You know, can you really bring that back and still make it sound up to date? That's a tough task. You know, Nas is gonna show up lyrically. Eh, Um, can Nas is gonna show up lyrically? We know that. I want to make sure, sometimes when it's older age, goes a little bit up for him to just be in pocket the entire album, just in pocket, just boom, 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 just in rhythm. You know what I mean? But the amount of time that they're taking right now to work on it, I feel pretty confident about it. That they're really like, yo, we know what we got to bring with this one because this one is what 30 years in the making, like Lloyd said. I think they know what they got to bring. So, um, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean? That's gonna be fire. And then after that, we'll see what Nas does after that. You know, he can do anything. I hope he does something with Raekwon. I hope he does something with AZ. The last time AZ was on Yeah, I can't think of the name of the show, but he was on and they was asking him about it. He was like, "Yo, Nas got all the power. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to do it, I'm gonna do it." You know, all the little orchestra concerts that Nas does, AZ comes out with him. You know, and AZ does a little set. I went to the concert last year and recently in Vegas. You know what I mean? AZ came out with him. So I mean, I think that would be dope if AZ and Nas did one. And for me, if AZ and Nas did an album together, I would like to see it produced by Hit Boy. I feel like he would provide the soundscape for both of them to shine. You know what I'm saying? Perfect soundscape for both of them to shine. You know what I mean? If Nas and Ray did an album together, who would you want to produce it?
RZA.
RZA? Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, makes sense. RZA, you know that RZA.
Or RZA, and I don't know if and part of me with Thief's thing is Salam Remy. I don't
Salam
know.
Remy.
I don't
I
know if
couldn't think
him.
of his name, but yeah.
I don't know if they Nas and Salam Remy are good. Yeah, I mean, like I think I remember them having like a little issue at one point, but they
Mm.
made great music as
They
well.
made great music. Godson, they made music together. Godson, Life is Good. They might have done some on Streets Disciple, maybe.
Thief's thing was on there, wasn't it?
Thief's theme was on Streets Disciple. Yep. Yep. And there may be a couple other tracks on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 88 Spencer said after the Primo album, he should retire.
I mean, he could do whatever he wants. What do you mean there's nothing left to do?
Oh, why retire? I don't understand that. Why retire? You know what I'm saying? He's still one of the best in the game. You know what I'm saying?
The older you get, the more experience you get. The more experience you get, the more you got to talk about.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's never ran out of topics to talk about. He may not be selling records like that, but he's not losing money by making music because he's doing it independently. You know what I'm saying? So with him doing it independently, okay, I mean, just like any bedroom artist. Oh, let me make a record. I'm gonna make a record and put it out on digitally. You know what I'm saying? He's making mad money touring. He's selling out arenas touring while still playing some new music. I mean, I don't know. I can't see him retiring. But and when you think about it, I think KD2. First of all, he won a Grammy with King's Disease, and then KD2 was like number 3 on the Billboard charts. Why would you retire? I don't know. I don't understand. Why would you retire? He's not going to ruin his legacy. You know what I mean? Nah, I can't see that. I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? I think Nas is a hip hop purist. You know what I'm saying? You know, he doesn't have any strings attached to his music, so he doesn't have to uh he doesn't have to feel like, oh well, I gotta make this kind of hit or that kind of hit. He can do whatever he wants. Nah, I couldn't see him retiring. It don't make sense.
I mean, unless he wants to. But yeah,
None of these.
he can literally do whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. Oh man. So I think we lost you again.
Yeah.
You back.
Yeah. Yo, what you say? You said something.
No, I was just saying he could literally do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? If he wants to retire, then by all means. But like, I feel like he's in the middle of a resurgence. You know what I mean? Like it's probably the freest he's ever been. You know what I mean? The most comfortable he's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see him retiring either.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And with all of his business ventures, you know what I mean? The music helps to promote the business ventures help to promote the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Slick Rick just dropped the album. He's 60 years old. Chuck D is still making music. Chuck D just dropped the album and said, fans, you can pay whatever you want for the album.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? Matter of fact, I had that album before it dropped. He actually sent it to me. It's pretty dope too. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck D's in his late 50s, 60s, making music still. Why stop?
Good music.
Good music. You know what I'm saying? Why stop? I don't know. I don't know, man. What else? I know, today was all about, like Raekwon and Mass Appeal and Nas and Mass Appeal. For those who are just jumping in, Raekwon said not the album, the track was not a diss track to it's not a diss track towards Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it. I believe it was a diss track, but according to Raekwon, it wasn't. It was recorded well before all of this stuff popped off with Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? And Nas actually asked Raekwon to take it off the album, said he's going to do another verse. I mean, so for those who haven't heard or haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna play it again. This is Raekwon, and his discussion, his insight on the alleged diss track.
Nas did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. He wasn't dissing him. And the reason why he changed it, because he knew that at the end of the day, damn, Chef, I gave you these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up. Nas is all the way on the other side somewhere, not even paying attention to it that deep. He's not getting caught up in that. When I'm getting ready to drop my album, Nas hits me and say, yo, Chef, I'm going to do another verse, my nigga, because I don't know, for some reason, I think that this rhyme right here is going to make niggas feel like I'm dissing Jim, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This rhyme I made way before all this shit even came up. And this is real shit, y'all. I don't got to fucking lie to y'all niggas, man. I promise y'all niggas, he wasn't dissing Jim. This ain't no diss record. And if it was a diss record, why would he put it on my record? Because guess what? I fuck with Jim. He know I fuck with Jim. Jim is a Cuban Links king to me. He's a Cuban Links disciple. That's my nigga. Jim would jump out of fucking Rover on me, see me somewhere in the city and come and say, yo, Chef, what's good? You all right? So I ain't getting in nobody beef. If it was a beef, it's no beef.
I still don't believe it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm going to let him have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him have it. I still don't believe it, but I'm going to let him have it.
If Jim Jones caught us straight, it's because he put himself right in front of the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Right. He put himself in that position by all the nonsense he been talking. If Jim wasn't saying all the stuff he been saying for the past, and I'm gonna say it's more than just a couple of months, because he always saying something slick about Nas any chance he get. You know what I mean? He was saying it in the midst of the Hit Boy run. Jim was saying some stuff. So yeah, he put himself there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wrong place, wrong time. He put himself in that time and in that place by all the stuff he been talking. So he might have caught us straight, but he put himself in front of the firing squad.
What is Jim Jones's problem with Nas though? Because throughout the years, since the early 2000s, he always had something to say about Nas. Always. There was always some something in the air between the two. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and every so often he comes out and mentions Nas for whatever reason. Nas is chilling, living his life. Jim Jones comes out and says something about Nas. Why? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have some insight. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I know with the initial beef was the whole Dipset Cameron that
Right.
situation. You know what I mean? And maybe I don't know if Jim was involved when Cam and Nas squashed they situation, but it might be one of them situations where, you know what I mean, you stand up for your friend and then your friend make up with the dude, but you were saying some wild crazy stuff
Right.
in the midst of, you know what I mean,
Right.
in the midst of when it was a beef, and it's hard to walk some of that stuff back. You know what I mean? Especially if you haven't made man-to-man amends. You know what I mean? Like if y'all haven't had that squashing.
Right.
So it's always, if that's the situation, it's always kind of in the air if y'all never really had that sit down.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, in one of the things, Jim said that he's never met Nas. He said, I don't know Nas.
And never met. So that could be 100%. You know what I mean? Like you was in the midst of the crew beef. You know what I mean? You was the one talking the craziest.
Yeah.
And then when you're not even really cool with Cam no more. So at that point, it's like until we sit down and meet and actually laugh it off or whatever, it's always gonna be something in the air.
Right. Yeah, 88 said Jim still got some growing up to do. I agree. You know what I mean? Jim is, you know, he's delusional. He's totally delusional, bro. It's like, I mean, he literally told Jada and Fat Joe that he checked the Billboard, like he sold more records, whatever. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That second childhood verse again. If the shoe fits,
if the shoe fits. Kevin, you said this one wasn't started by Jim. I mean, maybe it was started by somebody asking the question or something, you know, and then he answered it, and then it just picked up steam. I don't know, but it seems like it was started by Jim.
No. The initial comment was some young YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like some maybe 19-year-old or 20. You know what I mean? He made the initial comment that went viral. You know what I mean? And Jim just started rolling with it.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
he's the opportunist. You know what I mean? Like he know how to make $1 off of any type of controversy or.
I mean, he could have let it slide. He could have been like, I ain't gonna touch it. I mean, later on, he was like, damn, I didn't know how many people love Nas. Like, so what you think, bro? Come on. Dig it though, you know what I'm saying? Find a way to sell some records if that's what you know. I get it. Lloyd said Joan Kiss disappointed for not checking them. I definitely agree with that. I mean, you could see their faces looking like, the fuck is he talking about? Right? But
I mean, at that point, you knew what it was. It wasn't like they was out there like, yeah, nah, that's true. You know what I mean? Like they expressed their, nah, we're not rocking with what you're saying, but go ahead, say what you've been saying it, so we're not gonna not let you say it. Like you here to talk about it again anyway. Like
I mean, they was trying to say it without. They was trying to say it without really saying. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, they like, yeah, you're supposed to feel that way. Like, yeah, everybody's supposed to feel that way, but that don't mean how you feel is the truth.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. Oh no, Jim Jones, man. I mean, you know. And then he was like, you know, I'm still dropping records. Like, okay, you are, but are Are you saying that Nas ain't? I mean,
Here's the,
you've been
and
paying
then
attention to what's going on?
that's the thing. Back to what I was saying in the beginning, like to give Jim Jones his credit on how improved he is. Like I've been talking to you about his last maybe 4 or 5 albums. Like, yo, you heard,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
true. Yeah.
So why can't? And I know that's been the talk. So it's like, why can't you accept your flowers and not let your flowers just go to your head and make you think you bigger than you are? Like, I think that's one of the greatest compliments in the world. When nobody used to acknowledge your music, and now people are like, yo, that last one, you know what I mean? Yo, you stepping it up, yo, that joint, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But you just let it go to your head, like you in a different stratosphere of an artist than you actually are.
Everybody was trying to get him on, and he's, I mean, he was able to see, like, okay, I can get something off of this. You know what the funniest part was, though? The funniest part where he was like, Nas has never been this viral in his life. He was like, I'm making him viral right now. And it was like, nah, Jim, you're going viral because you mentioned Nas' name. Jim was bugging.
And then he just quietly dropped the casino commercial.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jim was bugging. But you know what I'm saying? All due respect. You know what I mean? I don't got nothing against him, but he was just tripping for a little while. But all due respect to him, you know what I'm saying? He's got his career, he's got a successful hip hop career. You know what I mean? What you say? Successful hip hop career, you know? And he capitalized on the moment. So, you know, what can you say? I mean, what can you say? Lloyd said, can't knock Jim's hustle. His hustle game came a long way, and he's actually gotten better, but not to my ear standards. Salute to him. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I don't know. What else is going on, man? I mean, you know, there's always a lot of stuff going on. I don't really pay attention to all the young stuff going on, but my generation rappers, I pay attention to everything that's happening and going on. You know what I mean?
Tyler the Creator just dropped. I gotta listen to that because
10 tracks, 10 straight 10 tracks. The joint dropped yesterday.
Yeah, that's my daughter's favorite artist. So
yeah,
even if I wasn't gonna go listen to it on my own, I was gonna hear it at some point. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna check it out. Plus, you know, I thought he had a great verse on that Clips album, which we got to review that. Yeah. That album.
We got to review that album for sure. That album was it surprised me. It definitely surprised me, but that album was that album is pretty dope.
Yeah, I loved it.
Again, you know, lyrically is dope. You know, they got some dope features on the album, obviously. You know what I mean? Even pulled DJ Clue out of the world for the album.
Back to that word of nostalgia, man. You know what I mean? Bring you back to that feeling.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, that was a dope album. I mean, I'm saying it is a dope album. I mean, it is a dope album. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to. It's like, you know what the thing is with the legacy acts, right? They know how to do it. So it's easier for them to make good music now because they know how to do it. The thing is, you know, they're not popular. They're not popular anymore, right? You know, so it's you know, our generation that's gonna go out and listen to and buy their music. You know, they're not gonna sell mad records because young kids buy music, older people, you know, ain't really buying it like that, don't have the same time to listen to the music, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? You know, but you get older, you get better, you know, with something like music. Basketball, you get older, you get slower, you know what I mean? But you can't do the same things with music, right? Your mind is still there. But now you know so much more, you know what I mean? You can make better music. Your ear for music gets better, you know what I mean? Because you've heard so many different types of music. You know, so that's why I'm just excited for all these legacy acts that's coming out, dropping music. Hope it keeps going. You know what I mean? Hope it keeps going. Yeah. Yeah, The Public Enemy. We talked a little bit about Raekwon's new album. We're gonna review it. We're gonna review the Clips album too. You know what I mean? And everything going on with Mass Appeal, we're gonna review that too. Especially that Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep and Nas and DJ Premier. I can't wait. Benny the Butcher got a new album.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Did you hear the single Summer 25?
Nah, it came up on my timeline, but I didn't even
join his fire.
Check it. Is it? I would check it.
Fire. I haven't heard the album, but the single Summer 25 is that joint is fire.
Okay, I'm gonna check it because
I check it out.
The last two features I heard them on. I ain't gonna front. I was a little disappointed because I'm a big fan of Benny.
Yeah.
So I skipped that one track, but I ain't know his album dropped. I'm gonna look.
That Summer 25 shit is crazy. It's fire. Definitely is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Nas, Jim Jones, Raekwon, Mass Appeal, the Legacy label, all of that. We appreciate your time. We're gonna head up out of here, and be peaceful, ladies and gentlemen. We are. Hold on. I'm gonna just take him out with Raekwon one more time. We're out of here, folks. Peace.
Nas did not write that verse for Jim. That was a straight shot Jim got hit with. And y'all made it seem like that was for Nas. That was for Jim. Nas wasn't dissing Jim. He wasn't dissing him. And the reason why he changed it, because he knew that at the end of the day, damn, Chef, I gave you these verses months ago, and now all this shit is popping up. Nas is all the way on the other side somewhere, not even paying attention to it that deep. He's not getting caught up in that. When I'm getting ready to drop my album, Nas hits me and say, yo, Chef, I'm going to do another verse, my nigga, because I don't know, for some reason, I think that this rhyme right here is going to make niggas feel like I'm dissing Jim, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? This rhyme I made way before all this shit even came up. And this is real shit, y'all. I don't got to fucking lie to y'all niggas, man. I promise y'all niggas, he wasn't dissing Jim. This ain't no diss record. And if it was a diss record, why would he put it on my record? Because guess what? I fuck with Jim. He know I fuck with Jim. Jim is a Cuban Links king to me. He's a Cuban Links disciple. That's my nigga. Jim would jump out of fucking Rover on me, see me somewhere in the city and come and say, yo, Chef, what's good? You all right? So I ain't getting in nobody beef. If it was a beef, it's no beef.